It is a profound realization that often arrives too late. The most impactful step you can take today to safeguard yourself against falls is not found in a store, nor does it require installation or a strenuous new exercise regimen. Instead, the key to enhanced stability lies within a subtle yet critical alteration to an action you perform countless times each day: walking. For decades, as a physical therapist dedicated to assisting individuals over 70, I have observed a recurring pattern emerge from countless consultations. Clients often present after experiencing a fall, their confusion and embarrassment palpable as they recount mundane scenarios. "I was simply walking across the kitchen," they explain, "not doing anything out of the ordinary." And they are, in fact, correct. Their actions were not unusual. This very lack of deviation, however, is precisely the crux of the problem. The manner in which they traverse their daily lives has, over time, insidiously transformed into a precarious habit, a danger that has gone unnoticed and unaddressed. Today, my purpose is to illuminate this common pitfall, to detail the likely current mechanics of your gait, to underscore the significant risks it poses, and to introduce a singular, accessible adjustment that can commence fortifying your stability immediately from your very next step. This is a solution devoid of equipment or the need for a gym, a singular modification with the potential to profoundly safeguard your well-being. Before we delve into the specifics, I encourage you to subscribe and activate notifications so you remain informed about future health insights tailored for you. Should this video resonate, please indicate your appreciation by commenting with a 1. Otherwise, a 0 will guide me in refining future content to better serve your needs. The prevalent issue I consistently encounter is termed shuffle gait. Allow me to paint a picture, and as I describe it, consider with honesty whether this scenario sounds familiar. Envision someone navigating a hallway. Their steps have become noticeably shorter, a stark contrast to their former stride. Their feet scarcely lift from the ground with each movement, instead sliding forward in a low, dragging motion rather than a clean ascent. Their upper body tends to lean slightly forward, their gaze directed downwards towards the floor, and their arms exhibit minimal swing. Their progress is deliberate, a conscious effort to tread carefully, born from an underlying subconscious awareness that the ground feels less dependable than it once did. This pattern is the hallmark of a shuffle gait, a pervasive walking style I observe frequently among adults over the age of 70. Its development is gradual, so imperceptible that the majority of individuals do not recognize its onset. What begins as a cautious response after a near miss can evolve into an ingrained habit. The steps shorten, the feet cease to lift, and the posture shifts forward. The very actions that feel like a demonstration of caution and safety are, in reality, one of the most high-risk movement patterns the human body can adopt. The underlying reasons for this are significant. When your feet glide close to the surface, any minor imperfection, the edge of a rug, a subtle rise in the flooring, a fissure in the pavement, transforms into an immediate tripping hazard. There is simply insufficient clearance between your foot and the ground to allow for any error without dire consequences. Coupled with short steps and a forward-pitched posture, the instant your toe encounters an obstruction, your body lacks the time and capacity to regain its balance. The fall occurs before you can even register the precipice of losing it. Furthermore, a shuffle gait is indicative of deeper physiological changes. The muscles responsible for lifting your legs, namely the hip flexors, glutes, and core, have weakened due to disuse. Concurrently, the neural pathways connecting your brain to your legs have experienced a deceleration. The encouraging news, however, is that both of these compromised aspects are reversible, and the journey back begins with a single, deliberate change. This transformative change centers on the heel strike. The singular adjustment I implore you to implement, starting from this very moment, is that every single step you take should initiate with your heel. This is the natural and biomechanically intended method for human locomotion. When we are younger, our gait is fluid and uninhibited, characterized by the heel making initial contact with the ground. Our weight then smoothly transitions forward through the arch of the foot, across the ball, and finally propels us into the next stride with a push-off from the toes. This creates a seamless, rolling motion, a testament to one of the most efficient and stable movement patterns the human body is capable of producing. However, as time progresses, this fundamental heel strike begins to erode. As our muscles weaken and our confidence in our balance diminishes, this initial contact point shifts. The foot may start landing flat or even on the toes, resulting in a shorter, lower, and considerably less stable gait. We cease to roll through the foot. We stop the decisive push-off. We begin to shuffle. And with each subsequent month of shuffling, the very muscles that are instrumental in executing a proper heel strike become progressively weaker because they are no longer being engaged. So, what does the correction of this pattern entail? It is far simpler than one might imagine. With each step, I want you to actively reach your heel slightly forward, just a few inches more than your current habit dictates, and allow it to be the first point of contact with the ground. Consciously feel the redistribution of your weight as it rolls forward through your foot. Allow your toes to provide the necessary propulsion as you step. Crucially, and this bears repeating, lift your foot. Do not slide it. Pick it up, extend it forward, and land on your heel. When executed correctly, a cascade of positive physiological responses occurs almost simultaneously. Your step length will naturally increase, enhancing your stability and forward momentum. Your foot will achieve adequate clearance from the ground, effectively negating the risk of catching on any surface irregularities. Your posture will spontaneously improve. The deliberate heel strike encourages a more upright stance, shifting your weight back from that forward-leaning, shuffling posture. Most importantly, your hip flexors, glutes, and core muscles will be reactivated, compelling them to engage once more. This resurgence in muscular activity initiates the crucial process of rebuilding the very strength that serves as your primary defense against falls. It is a singular adjustment, a solitary modification, yet it triggers a profound chain reaction throughout your entire body, transforming it from a source of vulnerability into an ally in your quest for stability, with every single step you take. To solidify this newfound pattern and make it feel natural, automatic, and robust, I will now guide you through 5 exercises designed to complement this fundamental change. Exercise 1. Conscious heel strike walk. This exercise is paramount as a foundational step, demanding that you practice the heel strike itself with deliberate slowness and complete mental focus. For individuals who have adopted a shuffling gait over months or years, the motor pattern of a proper heel strike may have faded, the neural pathway responsible for its execution diminished by disuse. This exercise is specifically designed to rebuild that pathway by engaging your brain and leg muscles in correct movement, repeating the action until it becomes ingrained and automatic. To perform this exercise, locate a clear hallway or an expansive open space adjacent to a wall. Stand at one end, maintaining light contact with the wall for support if needed. Begin walking, but with a singular focus on your heel. With each and every step, consciously extend your heel slightly forward, ensuring it makes contact with the ground first. Feel the tactile sensation of this contact. Experience the sensation of your weight rolling smoothly through your foot. Feel the subtle push-off from your toes. Execute 10 steps in this deliberate manner, then carefully turn, employing small, controlled marching steps, and walk back 10 steps. This sequence constitutes one set. Aim to complete 3 sets, allowing for a 30-second rest period between each set. The key to this exercise is to significantly reduce your walking speed. Haste is detrimental to the process of relearning. The slower you move, the greater your conscious control over each individual step, and the more potent the neural signal you transmit to your brain. Consider this an act of reprogramming, not merely walking. As a progression tip, Once you feel confident with the heel strike on a uniform surface, experiment with slightly different textures, such as transitioning from hardwood to carpet. This minor variation will compel your nervous system to adapt and generalize the learned pattern, which is precisely what is needed for real-world safety. Exercise 2, High Knee March. This exercise addresses a direct consequence of shuffle gait, the progressive weakening of the hip flexors, the muscles crucial for lifting your leg with each stride. When these muscles are weak, your foot clearance diminishes, rendering every rug, every threshold, and every uneven surface a potential tripping hazard. This exercise specifically targets these essential hip flexors, re-establishing the crucial lifting reflex that ensures your feet remain safely above the ground with every step. To begin, stand behind a sturdy chair, resting your hands lightly on its back for support. March in place, lifting your right knee towards your chest as high as is comfortably achievable, then lowering it back to the floor with deliberate control. Repeat this motion with your left knee. This sequence constitutes one full repetition. Perform 15 repetitions on each side, totaling 30 knee lifts at a slow, methodical pace. The lift should feel effortless. If it feels too easy, it indicates you are not achieving sufficient height. Throughout the exercise, maintain an upright posture. Avoid leaning your upper body backward as your knee ascends. Your torso should remain vertical, with the lifting action originating entirely from your hip, not from momentum or body lean. It is equally important to control the descent of your leg as you do the lift. This lowering phase is critical for developing the eccentric strength your leg requires as it returns to the ground. As a progression, once this exercise becomes easier, practice the march while slowly moving forward in your hallway. Lift each knee before stepping, and then deliberately place your heel down first. In this manner, you are directly integrating this exercise with the conscious heel strike from exercise 1, creating the most effective home-based simulation of proper walking mechanics. Exercise 3, Stride Length Walk. Shuffle gait drastically shortens your stride, often reducing it to half or less of its former length in younger years. A shortened stride is inherently unstable, diminishing your forward momentum, disrupting your balance rhythm, and causing your center of gravity to adopt an awkward, forward-pitched position. This exercise is designed to gently encourage you to extend your stride length back towards a safer and more stable range, rebuilding the confidence and muscle memory essential for a proper walking gait. To perform this exercise, place 2 markers, such as pieces of tape, on the floor of your hallway approximately 18 inches apart. This distance represents your target stride length. Stand at one end, then take a step forward, aiming to land your heel at or just beyond the second marker. Subsequently, step with your other foot, landing its heel at the same established distance. Walk the entire length of the hallway in this manner, completing 10 full strides. Then, turn and return. Complete 2 full lengths of the hallway. Your sole focus should be on your step length and the quality of your heel contact. It is crucial not to lunge or overreach. The objective is a comfortable, natural extension of your stride, not an exaggerated movement. If 18 inches feels too ambitious initially, begin with a 12-inch separation. The precise distance is less critical than cultivating the habit of intentionally reaching your heel forward with each and every step. As a progression tip, gradually increase the distance between your markers by half-inch increments over time. This will progressively challenge your stride length. Many individuals are surprised by the swiftness with which their stride naturally lengthens once they begin consciously training it. Exercise 4. Slow motion walk. Speed is a critical factor where proper walking mechanics tend to falter. When we walk at a fast pace, or even at our usual everyday speed, we rely more on ingrained habits and momentum than on conscious muscular control. For individuals in the process of relearning a safe walking pattern, speed is unequivocally an impediment. The slow motion walk effectively removes speed from the equation entirely, compelling every muscle involved in locomotion to function independently and with complete control. This exercise serves as one of the most potent neurological training tools available for relearning safe movement patterns. To execute this exercise, stand at one end of your hallway and commence walking at the slowest pace you can physically sustain. This pace should be so slow that each individual step takes a full 3 to 4 seconds to complete. Consciously lift your foot, pause briefly while it is suspended in the air, reach your heel forward, lower it to the floor, feel the weight shift, push off with your toes, and then initiate the next deliberate step. Traverse the entire length of the hallway in this slow motion fashion. Turn with caution and return. This constitutes one set. Aim to complete 2 sets. You will likely find this experience unusual. Slow motion walking is inherently challenging because it strips away the compensatory shortcuts that hypothalamic relies upon. Every slight wobble you perceive is your balance system actively being trained. Each subtle correction your ankle makes is a direct manifestation of your nervous system rebuilding its responsiveness. Embrace this perceived difficulty. It is precisely the intended outcome. As a progression tip, once you feel stable and secure near the wall, attempt to close your eyes for 2 or 3 slow motion steps. This significantly amplifies the proprioceptive challenge and accelerates the neurological adaptations you are cultivating. Exercise 5. Obstacle step over. While the controlled environment of a hallway provides a valuable starting point, real life is invariably punctuated by obstacles. Rugs, door thresholds, scattered pet toys, electrical cords, and garden hoses. Each of these presents a potential tripping hazard for individuals with a shuffle gait and compromised foot clearance. This exercise is designed to train your brain and your legs to accurately detect an obstacle, lift your foot sufficiently high to clear it, and then land safely on the other side. This precise sequence is what your body needs to execute in a fraction of a second when faced with a similar challenge in everyday life. To perform this exercise, place a pool noodle, a rolled-up towel, or a similar soft, lightweight object on the floor of your hallway. It should be approximately 4 to 6 inches in height. Stand a few feet back from the obstacle with a wall or chair within easy reach for support. Walk towards the obstacle at a normal, controlled pace. As you approach it, deliberately lift your right foot high enough to clear the obstacle with ample room to spare, and step over it. Then, lift your left foot and completely clear the obstacle. Continue walking a few steps beyond it, turn carefully, and return, stepping over the obstacle once more. Complete 5 passes in each direction, totaling 10 step-overs. When approaching the obstacle, resist the urge to rush. Slightly decelerate as you draw near, lift your foot early, well before you reach the object, and execute a conscious, confident step over it. The objective is to train your brain to recognize an obstacle, respond proactively, and execute the clearance with control rather than with panic. As a progression tip, once this feels comfortable, experiment with varying the height of the obstacle. Try a slightly higher one week or a different texture the following week. You can also practice stepping over it while holding a light object in one hand, which more closely simulates the circumstances under which real-life trips often occur. It is imperative to approach the practice of these exercises with utmost seriousness, as your safety is paramount. If you have recently undergone hip or knee replacement surgery, are currently receiving treatment for plantar fasciitis or any other heel-related condition, or have been advised by your physician to avoid weight-bearing exercises, it is crucial to consult with your doctor or physical therapist before commencing any of these movements. Certain exercises may require modifications to suit your specific circumstances. Always practice these exercises in close proximity to a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair for support. Never rush through the exercises. Opt for non-slip footwear or go barefoot on a safe, non-slip surface. If, at any point, you experience sharp pain, dizziness, or any sensation that feels unnatural, concerning, cease the exercise immediately. There is no movement that is worth compromising your safety over. Progress at a pace that feels comfortable for you, and trust your body's signals to indicate when it is ready for increased challenge. In the preceding minutes, we have explored how persistent numbness and tingling in the legs and feet, often experienced after the age of 70, is not an inevitable consequence of aging. The journey towards improvement begins with revitalizing the smallest muscles, those within your toes, arches, and ankles. This revitalization then progresses upwards through the ankle joint, the calf, and the entirety of the lower leg, effectively rebuilding the circulation pathways that are essential for nourishing and sustaining your nerves. Each exercise in this regimen is designed to build upon the effectiveness of the one preceding it, mirroring the body's natural inclination towards healing. The seated toe and ankle activation exercise initiates the first vital signal. The ball massage enhances blood flow into the smallest capillaries. The heel-to-toe weight rock serves to re-establish the crucial connection between your nervous system and the ground beneath your feet. The towel toe curl diligently reconstructs the intrinsic foot strength that most individuals unknowingly lose over years. Finally, the controlled heel raise integrates these elements into a unified movement that your body can depend on for daily stability. When these exercises are performed with consistency, not necessarily with absolute perfection, but with genuine regularity, the resulting changes are both tangible and enduring. The nighttime tingling that disrupts sleep will begin to subside. The morning numbness that makes those initial steps feel uncertain resolve more quickly. The sensation of heaviness and disconnection in your feet will gradually give way to a feeling of groundedness. Circulation will improve, not through strenuous exertion, but through consistent application and patient repetition. Small movements executed daily send a clearer, more effective message to the nervous system than intense workouts performed infrequently. The body responds most favorably to consistent reminders, and these exercises serve as that daily affirmation. The long-term benefits extend far beyond mere physical comfort. Robust nerve function and healthy leg circulation are fundamental to maintaining balance. They diminish the pervasive fear of falling that often erodes the confidence of many older adults. They preserve the ability to perform essential daily activities such as walking to the mailbox, ascending one's own stairs, engaging with grandchildren, and navigating everyday life without the constant anxiety of whether one's legs will provide adequate support. This level of independence is not a minor achievement. It is, in essence, everything. Aging does not necessitate relinquishing control over how one's body feels. Instead, it calls for discerning which movements are truly vital at this stage of life and consciously choosing to perform them daily with care and intention. These exercises represent precisely that choice: simple, safe, and possessing a cumulative power that grows significantly over weeks and months. I am eager to hear about your experiences. Does your numbness tend to be worse at night, during the day, or after extended periods of sitting? Please share your age and your location in the comments section. Your personal account may offer precisely the insight another viewer needs to hear today. If you found this video beneficial, please indicate so by commenting with a 1. Conversely, a comment with a 0 is welcome if it was not helpful. Your feedback is invaluable to us. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content of this nature. Thank you for watching, and here's to embracing life on your own terms.